Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Hashai, Bashem, Rakakadah, Shalom, to the hopeful, the 144,000, the hopeful elect out there, Shalom, to all of y'all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, You Edomites are in the sentencing stage right now. So this is from a video that we did yesterday, live. The GMS Apostle Street Ministry, GMS Apostle Street Ministry is live 3, yeah, I think I'm used to 3, which is March 1st, 2025. This is 17 minutes and 54 seconds in. I'm going to let this part play, and then I'm going to give you some precepts. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. So we're in the sentencing stage. So get used to getting bombarded with these scriptures, man.
Yep, that's it.
What is that, 14? Marshall?
We're in the sentencing stage. You're in the sentencing stage, so get used to getting bombarded with these scriptures. So I'm just going to go right into the scriptures. I have a list. You know me, I put a list together. A lot of times when I put these lists together, I'll be in the crib. Before I do a video, I might just put some lists together, just to have, if you don't have a topic, you can always go to a list. And like yesterday, I had a list. I think I hit like one precept out of that list, and then the Spirit just took off, and we went into all kind of other directions and different scriptures that was not even on the list. So this list I entitled Downfall of WW3. And so the first precept I'm going to go to, these are precepts that we're familiar with. Jeremiah 49. You know what? We're going to start from the 7th verse and maybe read to the 22nd verse. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, so Jeremiah 49 and 7. And I may go to the NLT from time to time. Concerning Edom. So you got to find out who the Edomites are. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman. Teman, we believe that has to be the Germans, because you have tribes. You have the dukes of Edom, the Edom or Esau, his sons, which became tribes. Just like you have the 12 tribes of Israel, you have tribes among the Edomites. And each tribe or son has a different spirit. The same thing with Ishmael. Ishmael had 12 sons, like Jacob had 12 sons, Ishmael had 12 sons. So that would represent different tribes of Ishmael. You got the tribes of Edom, and you got the tribes of Ishmael, you got the tribes of Moab. So it says concerning Edom. So we're talking about the Edomites. And this is a future prophecy. Thus saith Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman. Is counsel perish from the prudent. Teman are the prudent. There would be no space program. There would be no ICBM missiles. There would be no rocket system if it wasn't for the Germans. Because when you go back to the space race, the Russians against the U.S., where did they develop these rockets? They got it through German scientists, and they pay for these German scientists. So Russia got a certain number of them. You can go Google it, and the U.S. got a certain number of scientists. But they both of these groups were wise as far as making rockets. Russia could not make a rocket. Russia could not make an ICBM. a missile. Neither could America. They didn't have the technology. The technology was given to the Edomites, which are the Germans, which we believe are the Germans, to give to Esau in America. Perish from the prudent or smart, intelligent. Is their wisdom vanished? So it says, is wisdom no more in Teman? So it mentions wisdom. Is counsel perish from the prudent, the smart, the intelligent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. That's one of the cities among where the Edomites dwelt. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon the time of Esau's trouble. The time of Jacob's trouble is also the time of Esau's trouble, because we're going to be delivered out of that trouble, and then the trouble is going to come on Esau. You're going to get Esau. Edomites are going to get caught up in that trouble too. You regular middle class people, you poor people among Esau, you can get caught up in it. The ones that's going to escape are the rich, the super elite, and they're going to be the first ones to go into captivity. We're going to get the first people that we're going to gather among Esau are the super elite, the super elite. This guy Trump, he's lower class. He's an employee. You know? It said the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. Now let me look up the word calamity. Which is trouble. Calamity. Okay, so the word is ayad, distress, burden, calamity, burden of the righteous, calamity of nations, disaster of wicked, day of calamity. Let me look up the word distress. D is of, and stress meaning you get stressed out. Let me try this here. We're going to jump around. It's 33 and 33. Occurs in 33 verses. Genesis 35 and 33. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, which Bethel is house of God, house of the power. And I will make there an altar unto the Most High, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. So let me open this up. Go to the first verse. So we're distressed right now. We're not as distressed or depressed as we were in chattel slavery. The Most High pulled them curses back on us, but we're still distressed and depressed. And the Most High said unto Jacob or Yaqub, arise, go up to Bethel, the house of God, the house of the power, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto the Most High, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau. This is why he was distressed and depressed. Thy brother, because Esau was looking to kill him. Esau was more of a warrior than Jake at that time, because Jake ran. He didn't fight Esau. Esau was used to being in the field. Esau was rough back there. You got Edomites that are rough today. Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him. Remember, he had a family. Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto the Most High. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna go into that. When Abraham made an altar, he called on the name of the Most High. We're gonna check that out, see if it's so. Who answered me in the day of my distress? We've been in distress. We've been in distress. Abraham made an altar to the Lord. Okay, this is not what I want. This is part of what I want. What does it mean? Abraham built an altar to the Lord. What does it mean, the altar at Shechem? Let me check this out. Okay, he made an altar and called it in the Bible, the name used for the Most High when Abraham built an altar to the Lord is Yahweh. So they knew the name. Remember when it was told to Moses that they did not know me by Yahweh? Well, Abraham knew the Most High by Yahweh, but they also knew him as Al-Shaddai. Okay, let me try this here. Let me go to that's why the name is important. We always had the name. The children, the sons of God always had the name. I believe that's Genesis 4. Then they began to call on the name of Yahweh. So the name, we're not going to get a new name. The Most High said, well, that was my old name. I'm going to give you. He said, this is my name forever. So if he goes against that, that means what? That he went back on his word. He told Moses that this is my name forever. The name was, I was not known or well known unto them by Yahweh, but they knew his name. Okay, so let me do this. Genesis 13 and 8. Genesis 13 and 18. And I'm reading it out of the Blue Letter, a site that was created by Small Hats for our benefit. Then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto Yahweh. Let me go to Genesis 12 and 8. And he removed thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on his right and Hai on his east, and there he built an altar unto the Most High Yahweh, and called upon the name of Yahweh. So they knew the name. They knew the name. Give me a second. Somebody try to get in here. Let me see. Let me try this. Bear me for a minute. I just want to go a little deeper. What name did Abraham give the... Shoot, I hate this. What name did Abraham give the... give the altar? Okay. Well, it just said he built the altar to the name of Yahweh. Okay, let's come on back. I'm sorry, I'm kind of going. Let me bring this back. Give me a second. Kind of went a different direction. Anyway, let's get back into... Okay. If this is why these Edomites say that the Edomites were done away with. They'll never admit that they're the Edomites, because if they admit that they're the Edomites, the biblical Edomites, then they have to admit and accept the fact that their land is going to be destroyed, which America spiritually calls Sodom and Egypt, is also known as the land of Edom, Idumea, in Isaiah 34. It says, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? That goes back to the law for the poor of our people. If you have grapes, you take 90% of the grapes, you leave 10% for the poor. So that was the welfare system. You know, a poor person could take the grapes and he can sell the grapes and he can, become rich, or he can eat. It says if there's certain lands on this planet where you can be homeless, there's certain climate where it's not cold, like Puerto Rico. I heard that millions of times. Oh, Puerto Rico, you can be homeless. You can live off the fruits and so forth. It says if thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. When thieves come and rob you, they don't clean out the house. They'll take certain valuables and leave the rest of the stuff, right? And you might have some valuables hidden away where they don't get to it. But say when the Most High comes, he coming as a thief. He said he gonna take it. He wants it all. It says, if grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? The gleaning grapes goes back to the law. You got to leave 10% for the poor. If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But I have made Esau a bear. He gonna take it all. He gonna wipe this place out. See, he didn't wipe out ancient Egypt, Mizraim. He destroyed part of it, brought plagues against it, but Egypt is still there. Those standing images, those pyramids are still here to this day. There's not going to be anything left. The line of confusion, that's also in Isaiah 34. Like you got New York, you got Jersey, you got Connecticut. You go southbound into Jersey, you're going to wind up, eventually you're going to wind up in Delaware and Pennsylvania and so forth. You keep going south, you're going to wind up in D.C. or the DMV, which the DMV represents Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia, which Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, is 10 square miles covering those 3 states. That's why they call it, down there they call it DMV. It says, I have uncovered his secret places, because he's the elite, the super rich, they're going to be in their secret places. And we know where their secret places are. And we're going to gather them up. They're going to lose everything in one day. And they know that there's going to be there's going to be a third world war. Even Trump said it. He said you're gambling with with World War III. Well, he's gambling too by sending J.D. Vance to go to Europe and curse out the NATO nations, and that's that hatred. When you say NATO, you also say EU. EU and NATO are the same. Sometimes it's specifically talking about NATO, but they're cursing out the EU nations who are offended as well. So they're going to shoot. They're looking for Russian missiles to come hit this place. Guess what? Their allies, they're cutting them. They're cutting Esau off in America, man. Daniel 7, he was more stout than his fellows. They looked down on him. We're better. Trump said in the meeting with the Ukraine, he said, well, the president of Ukraine said that you protected by an ocean, but he said what we feel, he said you're going to feel too. What he said was in code that, see how the Russians come against us? The Russians going to come against y'all. But the Russians are not going to come to take your land and your resources. The Russians are coming to destroy you. That's in several scriptures. One precept that come to mind is Isaiah chapter 13. Now, I did a video on Isaiah chapter 13. I said the Medes are the Russians. So somebody put a comment saying, well, if you look on the map, the Medes are south of Russia, so it's not Russia. Well, the reason why it said Medes, because Russia didn't have a name. Russia is a Hebrew word. Meshach, Tubal, Moscow. These are all Hebrew words. When you go into the Russian language, it's based upon the Hebrew. Its origins go back to the Hebrew. The English, the alphabet that we write, the A, B, C, that's all based on the ancient Hebrew. People say, oh, there's no such thing as Lashon Kodash. Your ABCs, what you learn in first grade, that's Lashon Kodash. The sound for A is Ah. The sound for a B is Ba. The sound for a C is Ka. That's all. That's Hebrew. So the first language that you learn when you go to the first grade, not kindergarten, but the first grade, they make you sound it out. Okay, A, how do you sound out A? Ah. How do you sound out B? Ba. The first character in the Hebrew is pronounced Ah. The second is Ba. The Greek, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, right? Alpha is Alat, which means head of the cattle, or cattle. Beta is Bayath, which is tent or house. and what is it? Alpha, alpha, beta, gamma. Gamma represents gamal, which is camel. The word camel is a Hebrew word, but it's supposed to be pronounced gamal. Gamal. But I have made Esau bear. He's going to wipe this place from off the globe. He's going to wipe it from off the map and make it into a. That's the lake of fire. The lake of fire is not an eternal hell that your spirit burns in forever. The lake of fire is Babylon. Is John seeing a bird's eye view or schematic from the heavens, looking down on in that vision? He was right over Babylon the Great, and he saw the missiles hit because he recorded it. It says, "I have uncovered." See, let me say this: you dudes that fall off, you know why you fall off? Because when you read these scriptures, you don't picture them in your mind. When I'm reading this stuff and I'm speaking, I'm picturing missiles hitting this goddamn place. They're gonna hearts failing them for fear of those things coming on the earth. And the main thing that's gonna come on the earth that's gonna make them shit in their pants and piss on themselves and throw up and stroke out and catch heart attacks is the missiles, along with other things. But that's going to be the thing. You know, people see disasters all the time. You know, the disaster down in D.C., the plane crash. Ain't nobody getting heart attacks over that. They say, "Oh, I feel bad for the family and whatnot." But the thing that's going to cap it all off is the missiles. Many of the prophets said, "I saw stars falling from heaven." What did they see? They saw the missiles falling to the earth. Those stars that they saw are the ICBM missiles, the hypersonic missile system. They saw the SLBMs, as the what is it? The submarine launch ballistic missiles. Because they got missiles underwater. They got submarines that are underwater with missiles, launch missiles. And not one Christian teaches this. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. What is he hide? His power is what? Is secrecy. His seed is spoiled, and his brother and his neighbor, and he is what? And he is not. He is not. Leave thy father's children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drinking, and art thou. What does that mean? That's talking about Israel. The Most High made us drink the cup. And we are the apple of the Most High's eye. So you think he's going to be, lenient with Esau? He going to give you a worse punishment. And art thou he that shall go altogether unpunished? You're going to be punished. The Most High punishes people that he beloved. The apple, he says, this is the apple of my eye. Isn't that in the lyrics? You are the sunshine of my life. You are the apple of my eye. That's a lyric from Stevie Wonder. When you say to a woman, you are the apple of my eye, I like to look at you. You're beautiful. So the apple of the Most High's eye is the Israelites. It said, thou shalt not go unpunished. We got unpunished, so you're going to be unpunished. The Most High's own people got punished, you're going to be punished in a more severe way. But thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Bozrah, which is Esau, shall become a desolation. That another name for Bozrah is Babylon the Great, which is the U.S. A reproach, a waste, is going to become a desert. The waste is to destroy. Isaiah 54. And a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. New York City, Las Vegas, L.A., Compton, North Dakota, South Dakota. These are states. Texas, Abilene, Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, Dallas, Texas. All these different cities in Texas. This whole place is going to get wiped out. So we got to be out of here. Anybody that's here when the missiles drop, they're done. There's not going to be anything to bury. He said, I have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. That also goes with Obadiah. That's talking about the Arab world. But we are the ambassadors too, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up in battle. That's ultimately talking about NATO. And the Russians are Esau too. So Esau, any way you slice it, Esau is going to attack Esau, the American Edomite. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, that's Obadiah 1, and despised among men. So you can't get it. How can you say that Edom is done away with when Edom is mentioned so many times in the scriptures? Edom, the Edomites, Esau, the sons of Esau, the dukes of Esau. So now let's go to the next scripture. It's getting kind of long, but Amos. Because now Esau knows these people that study the scriptures, that watch the different Israelites, they know that if they're Edomites, that they're dumb, that they're through, right? So if they was to say, oh, the Edomites are done away with, that means that they're not Edomites. So they got a chance of making it. And if the Most High said he's going to save the Gentiles, the natural Gentiles, does that include Edomites? So right here in Amos 1:11, thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Didn't we just read in Jeremiah 49 that if the apple of the Most High's eye, which are the Israelites, were punished, you think that you're not going to get punished? And I hate you. The Most High said, I hate you. Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. Because he didn't pursue his brother with the sword. That's also in Obadiah 1 verse 10. And did cast off all pity, didn't have no pity for him. And his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. Let's go to Ezekiel 35, 36:2. 35. Key verses in the 5th verse, but I'm going to start from the top. Prophecy against Mount Seir. Another name for Mount Seir is the Edomites. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, came unto Ezekiel the prophet, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, or the Edomites. No, that's talking about Mount. That's not having nothing to do with America. America's not Mount. Mount Seir represents anywhere. Mount means a government. The people of Seir are Edomites. And prophesy against it. And that's what we do. And say unto it, thus saith Yahweh the Most High, behold, O Mount Seir, or Edomite, the government of Esau, the elite of Esau, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Most desolate. Let me try something. Root or branch. And I believe that that's in Isaiah. Isaiah 14, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I'm sorry. This is in the NIV, Malachi 1 verse 4. Surely the day is coming that it will burn like a furnace. That's Babylon the Great. All the arrogant, the proud Edomites, and every evildoer Edomites will be stubble, because the fire is going to hit this place. It's not going to hit, Rome and Germany. Those places are not going to be utterly destroyed. They may be hit in the midst of this war. Remember, this whole earth there's going to be an earthquake. The whole earth is going to shake. So places like Germany, you're going to have buildings. You're going to have a lot of death of people dying from the earthquakes. The earthquake. The missiles are going to hit so goddamn hard when they reach ground zero, it's going to shake the whole earth. Also, Jacob's trouble. There's never been a worldwide earthquake. So there's going to be a lot of damage left. But everything's going to be built back up. It says, in the day that is coming will set them on fire. And the day that is coming that will set them on fire. Says Lord Almighty. Not a root or a branch will be left to them. No, you're not going to find a half of an American flag. You're not going to find Donald Trump's cheap ass golden kicks. Let me do something. So it says Lord Almighty. Let me just check something here. Lord Almighty. Okay, it just says Yahweh. It says Yahweh. Give me a second. Malachi 4:1, final admonition, which means warning. But this doesn't apply to Esau because he's not going to take heed to the warning. You saw the meeting with Zelensky and Trump and J.D. Vance. Zelensky said, he said, you're protected by an ocean, but what's happening to us is going to come to you. And Cody was saying the Russians are going to come and attack you, which he was correct on, biblically. So that was the spirit that was speaking through him, putting out that vibration. And what did Trump do? He said, you can't tell us how we're going to feel. Ain't nothing going to. That's that pride. That's that pride. What does it say about the king of Babylon in Isaiah 14? That's got to be Trump. That's an arrogant, proud dude. He can do no wrong. How you gonna let somebody be a president of the United States when this guy got 34 felonies? When you get one felony, because I got a felony. When you get a felony, you hoping like hell they bring that shit down to a misdemeanor. Because a misdemeanor in New York is 1 year in jail, and you don't do that there in 1 year. You might do community service. You might pay a fine, restitution, or whatever. But if you found guilty of a felony, you guilty of it. You found guilty of it. You're gonna do a little time. You're gonna do a year plus, above a year. So this guy got 34 felonies, man. Still talking shit. He was convicted in a civil case against a woman that said that she got raped in one of them, I think it's Macy's or whatever. And that sounds like him. You know, certain people when they say he did this, nah, that don't sound like him. Or somebody else does it, yeah, that's something that nigga would do. You know? But Then look, this dude had the Miss America, teenage Miss America, and he used to go in the dressing room when them chicks were changing up and look at him. He said, I do that because I'm the head of this thing. He done set up many, I don't know, I can't give you a number, but he set up many companies that he went bankrupt on to not pay his debtors. You know, you make a business deal with somebody, you run that business into the ground, and then to cover your ass, you file for bankruptcy. So there's certain people that don't trust him. So how in the hell is this guy going to become president? Because the Most High wanted him to be president. He said that. He said God chose him. And he's right. God did chose him. And we hoping that he's the cruel Lord in Isaiah chapter 19 and the king of Babylon in Isaiah 14. It said, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, Edomites, the elite, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And they that and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Now, before this happens, Elijah has to come. So Elijah came 2,000 years ago. I'm sorry. Elijah came back 2,000 years ago, but he came back also. This is talking about when he came back as Abba. Abba Bivens is Elijah. You know? Reincarnation is biblical. So what else has to happen before the destruction, deliverance and destruction? The MOTB. Abba coming back, Elijah coming back already took place. So now the Most High can smite the earth with a curse. Right? Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So the only prophecy that is left before the Most High can take this place out and deliver us, which is going to happen simultaneously in the kingdom of heaven, the microchip has to come to pass. You guys that are teaching different than what we're teaching, you're going to have to do a lot of explaining on that day. You're going to have to do a lot of explaining to your congregation. Because I believe that's the day when your congregation or some of your congregation is going to wake up to it. A lot of you don't use your half a brain cell. You just look at a guy, oh, I like the gum that he's wearing. He's a victim of the Most High. Anyway, I'm going to close. Because if I attempted to read this whole list, I'll be here for hours. So, anyway, with that, it's on to the next Shalom.